Chapter 16 is called It's All in Your Mind. So, this is about the various ways we think and process information. So, here are the objectives you should learn throughout Chapter 16. First off, grit is passion and perseverance towards achieving a long term goal. The idea of grit was first created by the psychologist Angela Duckworth. She said, when we can dig deep and do whatever it takes to accomplish something, we have grit. And grit is often thought of as the recipe for success in life. So if you don't have grit, there are some things that you can do, some ways you can develop it. Step one, you want to get yourself out of your comfort zone and do something that isn't comfortable. So if you're used to always, kind of surviving, making B's and C's, you probably want to challenge yourself to try to make all A's in your classes. Step two, you can create adversity by design. That means you need to challenge yourself to work harder. That doesn't mean that you miss deadlines and you don't try and you fall behind, but maybe it does mean that you start attending tutorials, you start getting in some organizations, you start doing more so that things aren't always so simple. Step three, you practice the four components of grit every day. And the four components of grit are growth, resilience, instinct, and tenacity. GRIT. Grit, growth, resilience, instinct, and tenacity. Here's what it means to exercise growth. That means that you seek out new, fresh ways of approaching your learning. So if you normally don't take notes, you start taking notes. If you normally don't read the chapter, you start reading the chapter. You try to grow. Exercising resilience means that you respond positively even if you're faced with adversity. You're trying to take the TSI test and you don't pass the first time. You have to be resilient. That means you need to bounce back, stay optimistic, and try it again. Exercising instinct means that you reassess where you are and you adjust as necessary. That means you need to do things differently. So if I'm still not successful after I start reading the textbook, maybe I need to start going to tutorials. I'm just going to keep making changes. Instinctual changes are going to help me get to where I need to be. Step four is exercising tenacity. That means you relentlessly pursue your goals every day. You don't give up. You're always thinking about doing and being better. In order to kind of talk about your mindset, it's also important to discuss the difference between having a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. This idea of growth versus fixed mindset was created by a psychologist named Carol Dweck. She said the way people think drives everything. Your ability to be successful is a function of persistence and your willingness to work. She also said that success is influenced by grit, but driven by having a growth mindset. So having a growth mindset would be saying, I haven't passed CSI yet, but I'm going to pass it the next time. Having a fixed mindset would be somebody who says, I'm never going to pass this. I'm not smart enough. You're not going to be able to grow and develop if you don't believe your learning can change. People with growth mindsets don't allow failure to stop them from becoming who they need to be. They believe that their ability to learn is not fixed and can be developed. This is the idea that we're always growing, we're always learning, no matter our age. People with a fixed mindset believe that a person's intelligence is fixed. They want everything to be easy and they don't want any challenge. Cogito ergo sum means I think, therefore I am. Whatever a person thinks will come to fruition. So you always want to make sure that you think positive thoughts. When I was working as a therapist, I always told my clients, you are what you think you are, because thoughts are powerful. Mindfulness is one way to get out of your head and to clear your thoughts so that you can clear your mind. It's becoming aware of and centered in the present moment. It's a form of meditation. It can help you focus. There are plenty of apps, like such as the Calm app, that you can use to practice mindfulness. Let's take a moment now and let's just practice it in the middle of our lesson. Just close your eyes. Focus on your breathing and being centered. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And when you're breathing, breathe in like you're smelling a flower. And breathe out like you're blowing out a birthday candle, just all the way out. Breathe in, breathe out. And hopefully, just that simple exercise makes you feel physiologically different. Study fatigue can happen if you study for more than 2 hours at a time. The human brain can't focus on anything for more than 90 minutes to 2 hours. So it's important for you to split your time in studying and take a brain break every 7 to 10 minutes. One thing I used to do when I was in school is I used to study and watch my favorite TV show, but every time a commercial came on, I muted the TV and I would take a 1 minute study break. Habituation occurs when our brain gets used to what we're doing, what we're reading, studying, watching all at once. And mindfulness can help you avoid habituation. That's everything you need to know about mind.